Against the high-tech oils 350Z, and look at the speed from Rob, leaving Warwick behind. Want to get out nice and wide there as we ride on board. Smoke filling up the cabin.
Some of you might remember Rob Arbolino's car here, the high-tech 350Z, did have some rear end damage after Winton, but the boys have done such a fantastic job stitching a new rear end on that car. Out here looking great, driving.
Looking that car. On to the next battle, but no time wasted. Rob Arbolino in the lead in the high-tech oils 350Z, followed by Adam the Beers Brooks in his newly built S15. Brooksy, something happened there on the takeoff.
Yeah, Rob running out there on his in front on his own and making it look almost like
eliminated this one. Sam Mudge needs to continue on if he wants to keep the championship alive. He needs to work hard, and he's maintaining nice proximity there. The RB20 doing everything he can, and he's let it all out of the bonnet this weekend. He wants to put a show on for the crowd here under lights, and look at him on the side of the Send It.
You can see the red light flashing up over the camera too. That's actually the front brake strip that we have on the car so that we can see if they're using left foot brake or brake.
And that's what we're really trying to encourage here.
He was out in the round of 16 at round 1 of the championship. He needs to get this win ahead of Gavin Edwards. Close proximity through the wide clip. Edwards just clips the and I imagine, Dave, that this will be going the way of Jabbett as a result.
Oh, definitely, Chad. You can see he's nice and close to him there and almost brake checked, as it were, not really on the brake.
James Abbott will lead us out. The high-tech Blaze unit. He's already seen his teammate go through, Scott Shembry. How will he go against Brody Mayer, who's leading the championship at the moment? Struggled in qualifying, Brody Mayer. It's not all going his way this weekend, and it looks like James Abbott opens up a gap on him. And Brody Mayer, uncharacteristically, sticks the nose in turn number 1. Not a lot of angle there for my Anson there, but he is keeping that proximity very close to Adam Wood in that R34. Just seems to have a whole lot more grip there for Roger Anson as he transitions over. And a wheel off, you can see the dirt being kicked up by Adam Wood. The final corner, Anson right there in the smoke screen, but you can just see that lime green paint. Holds onto it, washes off a lot of angle, Roger Anson that time as Adam Wood goes out.
Tasman drifting challenge at Winton with a very battered and bruised car. Darren Kelly and Matt Hill, we said this would be an interesting matchup to watch. Unfortunately, an error for Matt Hill in the chase run there really handed the advantage over to the Kiwi.
Man, Darren Kelly's car though, absolutely on point. That 3-litre twin cam RB roaring up the hill of South Circuit there, and you can see he's really enjoying the track.
From those guys, but Levi Clark taking the win.
It was Chris Sadler and Ben Odgers that were going to go at it. Odgers leading us here in the Link ECU S15 there, and manages to get the win over Chris Sadler, who's in the unconventional Commodore Ute. We don't see too many of them out there.
And coming up,
throws it in the S15 here with his dad this weekend. The small crew, they're really, really competitive. And in the background though,
Mark, what happened, buddy?
oh, Mark Martinen just goes off there. Another victim. If you go too wide on that first right-hander, it is very greasy, and the track sort of goes off camber a bit, I suppose, midway through the track, and we've seen 2 drivers caught out there in these very tough conditions.
Waiting for James Abbott, one of the biggest names from the high-tech drift all-stars, up against Michael Rosenblatt. And I mean, some of you within the drift community should know who Michael is, but if you don't, this guy's been drifting up in Queensland for years, and he's one of the gun drivers up there, driving that R32 Newlon-sponsored Skyline. He's a king of the chase run, leaving a bit of a gap there, but then on the entry, just diving into that door of Jabbett, sitting right in that smoke screen. I'm interested. Brad Toohey, this is a critical battle. Both of these guys, obviously Michael Prosnick is up in that second place position in the series points, but Brad Toohey also angling for a top spot. So if he knocks out Pros here, that could be a real upset, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, at least from the first run, because Michael Prosnick not only hitting the clipping points.
Around Juar's back out in the lead. Mo Hooley on the chase.
Both of these cars sound unreal. You know, the Juar Performance engines, a naturally aspirated V8 in there, making somewhere around the 700 horsepower mark with 9,000 RPM in there. Unreal set.
There as they come out of the first corner, but they set themselves up. This is the first judge corner. He's right in that zone as well. Look how close he was to those clipping points. As they come out of this, is this part of the track that's been trickiest for most drivers, but Flash Smith is right on the line.
Absolutely, he is killing the line. His lead run is far better than Clee's at the moment. Hopefully Clee can get there, although Clee really sticking to it in proximity. He knows he's got to make up and try and force that error out of Flash. Can he do it? Flash is driving like the Iceman this weekend.
Big tap on the roof there, though.
From Rob Arbolino.
Interesting battle here for the engine swap fans. We've got a Toyota chassis with a Chevy V8 in it and a Nissan chassis with a Toyota 2JZ motor in it. Very interesting combo and the sort of stuff you can really expect from drifting. Another thing you can expect is Brad Tui to be going all out. I mean, using all of the angle that a beautiful WiseFab front end gives to that Toyota 86. And you can see absolutely gapping the car behind.
Final parts, it gets a lot faster through this section. This time Steve Cerrone will lead us out. Matt Murphy needs to maintain that proximity. Cerrone sets himself up nicely. It's smooth through turn number 1. The transition looks good as well. On board you can see just how close they are at over 100 kilometres an hour. But the advantage, Matt Murphy just slow. Ransom is much more comfortable on the power this time. A lot of lock wound on those. Going to have to be careful. Murphy has to pull the car up there and that'll cause a bit of a straighten. Nathan Ransom will get back though into the circuit. Matt Murphy, can he get himself back? He's in the smoke at the moment. Needs to get closer to the car if he wants to look through that. Transition nice now from Ransom as he goes out wide, but you can see that bobble there causing Matt Murphy to straighten up and giving him an advantage there in that chase run.
The winner of round 1 has the Kiwi number 1 for company, but it's Shemry versus Van Gisbergen where we started off.
Giz sticking right to the rear bumper of Scott Shembry there.
At the exit of that, it's going to be up to Levi to see if he can run a slightly better lead line. And Michael there, almost contact, disappearing off. I think there's a straighten. There is. That's going to shut the gate. I was looking forward to a great run here. These two spend so much time up here at Matsuri drifting together. And Michael, which probably the best I've seen him drive in so long. I was really looking forward to this battle.
Yeah, they're really loving these fast-flowing corners, aren't they, as we come up the Queensland Raceway. It's great to be back here. And he could change everything here as we see a cone go down the back. There's already tyre smoke coming off the back wheels. And Dewar has got plenty of power in this car. Look at him, smokes up the tyres coming to turn 1, sets himself up nicely, leaves a bit of gap. He's already opening up a space on Jordan Sanderson. But Sanderson not making huge mistakes in the background, maybe just losing some proximity.
See that? Mitchell Cole leading Gavin Edwards into the top sweeper.
Nice angle from Cole. Edwards not really emulating, but definitely getting closer to that outside clip through that opening corner.
As the pair of V8 powered Nissans come around that bottom straight, you've got to ask yourself, is Gav playing it a little bit easy, hoping to chase Mitch Cole into the sweeper? And he is really diving in there on the door. I was questioning that gap early on, but possibly a little too much for Mitchell Cole. Here comes the entry. Proz looks quite aggressive there, tucking in. All you can see is the front wheel of Tui's car. Look at the distance there between these two cars. Brad Tui gapping away a little bit there as they switch back into 4 and 5, but then Proz tucking back in. This battle seems to be, a short gap, then a big gap, and both cars separating because you see Tui's car's got so much power and grip that when he's on it, it can are looking for, but the advantage going to Bo Yates.
Mo El-Houli in the lead, Aaron Juar in the chase. Let's see if Dabs can get on the door. Oh no!
Whoa.
In the dirt, through the smoke. What happened to Aaron Juar?
Chunks of front bar flying everywhere while Mo El-Houli just blazes through the rest of the circuit. They're getting nice out and wide to both
holders. This is the battle we want to see, and they are door to door as they enter into the first corner. Wow, he is so wide there.
Look at that. Matty Walters just chewing on that Madhouse Drift Team door. He is loving it out there. He said, I took out Sam Mudge and I'm going to stick it to your door and prove that I deserve to be in the top 4, if not the final.
Bo Gagliardi going right out on the wall. Here we go, the final corner. He sets himself up. Matty Walters just lose a little bit of that proximity. Wow, what an
forward in the lead. But heading to the replay here, you can see exactly what Judge is looking for. Front left wheel over that ripple strip. A little bit to the outside there, right in that outside clipping zone. And you can see Jim straightened up, balked a little bit, I think, because he stayed in the middle of the track and it was all over.
Mitch Budd just struggling to maintain the pace there. We'll turn him around now, and this time Mitch Budd will lead us out. Bo Gagliardi How much will he give him a gap in front? Great to see the South Aussie making it over here to Victoria to compete in round number 3. Great shot. See how close Bo is. Gets the nose right up on the guard there of Mitch Budd. Remembering we're in the Zoo Performance Pro-Am